Hey guys, it's Dwayne from Big Sugar Honey Company. Today is the 30th of April, a couple days post-election. Not even going to get into that. But today I am making splits, Queen Right splits, and we have a special guest star, Keith from KFB's. Say hello, Keith.
Hello.
Keith has very, very generously offered his time today to help me out, which is amazing because it is a ton of work and it's just more fun when you have someone else that you can chat with while you're making splits. So today we're popping open these double Nucs. These are 4 frames over 4 frames, and then there's a wall, there's a divider wall in between. So there's actually a queen with 8 frames of bees and brood in a perfect world on either side, 4 over 4.
Except we pick one with duct tape on it. Of course.
If somebody has duct taped, that somebody would be me. These two together.
You'll get it.
Just pull harder. So that means there's probably that one of those boxes isn't so great, and I put a piece of duct tape down
Seal them.
to seal them up. So they look pretty good. You can tell right away. I should start on the other side with some sun. But you got some drone brood. That's the white stuff. Those are larvae that haven't emerged yet. They're what? How many days away? A week away? 10 days away? Not too long away. They're capped. We don't see any.
Eyes are starting to turn purple, so that'd be getting closer.
Yeah. Nova Romite. Doesn't mean we don't have any, but we don't see them running all over the. Oh, Keith's trying to kill me with a smoker. We don't see any running, so that's a good sign. So we're gonna pull this hive apart, looking for a queen. And if we find her, we're gonna pull her and the frame of brood that she was on, and that will be our first frame into the nuke that we're going to build today. And if you watch, Keith's being super careful. These things are packed out, so not easy to pull frames without breaking a few eggs, pun intended. So look at that.
Do we get lucky and find the queen on the first one?
I don't know,
Probably not.
but that's a good looking frame of brood.
That's a donor frame already.
So what do we got? We've got capped. Any eggs or larvae? Or just all
Yep,
capped?
no, we've got eggs and larvae all throughout it, all the way down to the bottom.
That's awesome. So brood in all stages.
And a stinger in the finger.
And a stinger in the finger. Rotten bees. So that'll be a good donor frame. That'll go in the nuke box that we don't have, and we'll get that started. All right, so here's our nuke box, purple nuke box. And that frame went right in. But the real secret is finding the queen. And it's also the biggest pain in the butt. Not much on that frame.
Lots of pollen. Tons of pollen, almost packed.
Good resource frame. So move on. And you think it'd be easy to find queens in these little 4-framers, but it's really not, especially when they get packed out. Another week from now, 10 days from now, you wouldn't find anything on these frames.
She's not there, but that's a beautiful frame.
And the funny part is, I've found more than not today, I've found frames on this outside food frame, which is interesting. It just means that she's out of space and she is looking all over the hive looking for spots to put brood into. Don't see her.
Yeah, she's gonna be in the top box.
Don't see her. So we keep looking. So now we'll go into this top box here. Everybody's going to be judging your
Hive tool
your hive
technique.
tool skills.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody online right now, leave a comment if you hate the way Keith uses his hive tool.
Be nice. That's a good feed frame, man.
Yeah, so we have fresh nectar coming in. That's amazing. And it just looks like a big food frame.
That'll probably go into the nuke, but we'll find her first.
So when we're making these up, we're looking for 2 brood frames. Brood in all stages. Or sheets of brood in this case. That's just absolutely beautiful. See, there's some pollen in there. Top right hand side, different colors of pollen. There's actually nectar in the center of the brood nest, which is bad at some times of year, but perfect at this time of year because that's going to stimulate egg laying, stimulate brood production.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, you are so good. I did not see her.
Nope, she's over here. I just seen her
Oh,
walking.
on the next frame.
Let's get her out.
Oh, yeah. Can anybody see? Can you point her out with your hive tool?
Oh, right there.
This camera doesn't focus very well up close. Perfect. So that is going to go in just as is,
Oh, yeah.
straight into the nuke box. And that's it. We have 2 frames of brood and large frames of brood. Like in 2 weeks, this thing will be a monster. Then we're going to put in a food frame, and if it fits, we're going to also put in likely a foundation or maybe an empty brood comb if she needs the space. Probably an empty brood comb, right?
Empty brood comb
Yeah.
on this one, yeah. For
So we're going to put in a drawn empty brood comb because she has nowhere left to lay. And I don't even think that one is going to need a shake of bees because you can see the bee coverage here is very strong. But we might give them one little shake of bees. So,
I'll do the shake first so I can pour them in.
all right, Keith decides we're doing a shake. So we're doing a shake.
Shake first.
We'll show you how we do shakes, how I do them anyways. So now that we found the queen, we know that we don't have to worry about finding her, and we don't have to worry about her falling off. We can take 1 shake or 10 shakes if we want to, but we don't want to weaken the one hive too much. So it looks like we're going for...
I was just having a look. I think we got lots of bees on all those frames in general. So
I like to shake into these Pro Nukes, and then you give a little pop on a corner, and then you can pour them right in. And you know exactly how many, the quantity of bees you've got. There you go. And that's it. They'll crawl down into those frames. They will love that queen because that's all her brood in there. And we'll put the top back on. And that one's already got a screen to it. So every bee that's in there is going to be stuck in there. We're going to change the locations. It's going to go a few kilometers away. And if there are any forager bees stuck in there, which there likely will be, they are not going to come back to this original location because they're too far away. Their GPS is going to get reset to this new location where this nuke box is. So that's what we're doing today. It's actually one of my favorite things to do. Finding queens, pulling nukes, getting them ready for new customers. So we'll carry on the work here. Thanks for watching. Okay, we're just going to set up and record some work. Oh, yep, queen, perfect. Gotta love the green dot. Two frames of brood and a place for the queen to lay. We need a food frame. got a food frame here.
Where did you just come out?
I'm going to scratch the food frame, try and get the honey to flow a little bit. And a foundation.
That was under the nail.
Yeah.
Son of a-
It's not nice to laugh at people who are getting stung, but it is funny.
It is. Ow. That's under the pinky nail. Oh. Some hurt, some do not. Oh, great. Just open it back up again.
So this hive here, we've already pulled the queen and we've taken one shake of bees and they're still super strong. So when I rebuild it, it's gonna have 2 frames of brood. So there's 1 frame of brood in there already. And then here's the second one. Lots of adhering bees. And we're going to probably give a drawn comb so there's room to lay. And there's still 2 more frames of brood that this colony is going to give us for another split. So that's what we're doing. We're going to weaken both of the sides of these hives. We'll give them a new queen tomorrow, and we'll make them work fairly hard to release her. Probably put a piece of tape over the candy for a day or 2. It gives an extra day probably to chew her out. So that new queen will emerge and she'll go right to work laying up these double palmers, double nuke boxes. So we'll just keep going. Keep plugging away. But the pile is looking better. That's the pile of empties. There's only 4 more to go. And here is the pile of newly made Queen-Rite nukes, ready to go. Well, ready to go to a new home anyways. Pretty awesome. 4, 8, 12, 16, 18. I can't even count. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 22. So that's a good start. Not nearly enough to get our orders done, but that's a good start. So I'll wrap these up, put them in the back of my truck, and they will be moved to a new location tomorrow likely. We'll add new queens to all the ones we stole from, and the whole process starts again. Over and over and over again. Alright guys, thanks for watching. It's 26 nukes. Super strong nukes. And we're able to equalize all the other hive. So the whole yard now is down to 2 frames of brood, good bee coverage, and ready for those to start popping again. So they look good. We'll get them to their new location and we'll grow them up for a week or 2 or 3, and they'll be ready for pickup. Talk to you soon. Over at the Gladstone yard, and we're going to stage these Nucs here for a couple weeks. They'll stay here for probably 2 weeks, and then we'll get them into their final boxes and off to customers.